So let's start with our 2025 WNBA MVP, and that has to go to the one and only Caitlin Clark.
Is Caitlin Clark already the runaway favorite for the 2025 MVP? That's the storm setting fire to every sports desk, group chat, and podcast this week. But not everyone's celebrating, especially Aja Wilson, who's made sure her frustration is crystal clear. But let's get real. When Clark's name dominates MVP talks before a single game tips off, it says way more about her rising power than any so-called disrespect to the vets. She didn't wait. She took it personal, and make no mistake, this just changed everything.
I truly think that this second year for Caitlin Clark is going to be like nothing we have ever seen. She has had an entire offseason to train, to get into the gym, to work on things that she struggled with during her rookie season.
And let's get real about why this MVP buzz isn't some random overreaction. It's built on pure hard work, transformation, and an impact you just can't ignore. Clark isn't just stepping into her sophomore season with big expectations. She's coming in stronger, sharper, and ready to dominate. The Indiana Fever didn't just improve, they rebuilt their system to unleash Caitlin's full power. Show your squad pride. Drop CC's MVP in the comments. Are you ready for the storm? Let's go.
I think from just a straight basketball perspective, making sure that we help her diversify her finishing ability, diversify in the way that it's not predictable, to be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation.
Let's not sugarcoat it. Last season was brutal. Every night, Clark faced defenses built just to break her. She was double-teamed nonstop, face-guarded from the opening tip to the final buzzer, and hacked like it was open season. And she took all that punishment just weeks removed from a historic college run, still carrying the weight of a legendary tournament on her back. She wasn't just playing, she was surviving. And somehow, even then, she made sure the world knew she's built different.
Getting double teamed, the physicality was like nothing that she ever saw.
Critics didn't waste a second. She's not ready. She can't handle the physicality. Welcome to the WNBA. Same tired headlines, same empty noise. But what they didn't realize? While they were running their mouths, Clark was plotting. When she disappeared from the spotlight this offseason, she wasn't hiding. She wasn't backing down. She was sharpening her game. She was preparing for war. And when she steps back onto that court, they'll find out the hard way. You can doubt her, but you can't stop her.
She went into her rookie year after coming off a very long college career. She had a couple weeks off, then went straight into the WNBA.
Now she's back, and she's not just firing jumpers. She's coming with a vengeance. This new Caitlin Clark? She's been grinding in the lab. Literally, she's added serious muscle, locked in on strength, core power, and conditioning. Built for the WNBA's brutal pace. Gone is the undersized rookie scrambling to survive. What we've got now, a walking highlight reel. Stronger, sharper, ready to take hits, and just as ready to deliver them. This isn't evolution. This is a whole new weapon, and she's locked and loaded.
I asked her if it was Photoshop.
She said it was AI. Yeah. What aspects of her game would you like to work with her on for this season?
Yeah, I mean, certainly getting stronger was one. The level of physicality in the W is totally different. That's the way that teams have to try to keep her off balance.
You've seen the workout clips. Clark muscling through contact that would have launched her last year, sticking her landing spots, holding balance in traffic, rifling passes into impossible windows. But that's just the physical. Behind the scenes, she's become a surgeon of the game. She's dissected film, broken down every trap teams threw her way, and built answers for each one. Double her? She's firing a no-look dime to the corner. Face guard her? She's slicing you. Backdoor? Trap her? Forget it. The ball's already out, and you're left chasing ghosts.
She has had an entire offseason to train, to get into the gym, to work on things that she struggled with during her rookie season. We have seen from the photos, from the videos, from the workouts that she has put on quite a bit of muscle. So it seems like she is taking all of these things so seriously.
And it's not just Clark that's leveling up. The Indiana Fever have undergone a full culture reset. From the moment Stephanie White took over as head coach, everything changed. No more rebuilding. No more excuses. White walked in like a general, on a mission, setting a ruthless tone from day one, Practices flipped from laid back to battlefield intensity. Film sessions became clinics in domination, and every single player, rookies and vets alike, bought in. Because this new fever system is not about the future anymore. It's about winning right now.
It seems like Caitlin has been in the gym every single day, and if she wasn't in the gym, she was either golfing or doing some sort of speaking engagement.
White knew exactly what she was doing. She brought in trusted assistants from her Connecticut days, people who speak her language, who understand the system she's building. We needed to align, White said in a preseason interview. And that meant everywhere, on the bench and on the floor. And already the payoff is real. The Fever aren't searching for an identity anymore. They found it. They've owned it. And its name? It's spelled in bold letters now, Caitlin Clark.
And not to mention the new team that Indiana has now. The Indiana Fever did incredible in free agency. And now Caitlin Clark is surrounded by not just a couple great players. The entire squad is finally full.
What's special is how effortlessly Clark fits into this new system. Her leadership, unmistakable. Her energy, lifting everyone around her. She's not just running the offense, she's orchestrating it like a maestro. And for the first time, in a long time, Indiana looks dangerous, hungry, like a team with real postseason dreams. And make no mistake, it all runs through number 22.
And we saw the kind of numbers, points, assists, things that she was doing led her team to the playoffs that she did in her rookie season. With all of that, now just think about her having an entire offseason, all of this time to train. She knows how she needs to adapt.
Meanwhile, the reaction from WNBA vets has been loud and telling. Aja Wilson, the former MVP, isn't hiding her frustration about all the early Clark MVP hype. But instead of using it as fuel, she's treating it like an insult. And honestly, it's not a good look. While Clark's out here grinding, evolving, and leveling up, Wilson's busy subtweeting and throwing shade like it's her second career. One's building a dynasty, the other's building a thread. And when the dust settles, only one will be standing.
See, they're not going to come into this year losing like they did last year. This squad that they didn't put with Caitlin is amazing. So the winning will be there, right? I believe their winning percentage will be way higher than it was at the beginning of last year. And Caitlin Clark will have so much, she will have her fingerprints all over those victories.
And maybe deep down, the vets know it too. Something's shifting. This isn't just another star entering the league. This is the birth of a new era. Clark's impact isn't just stats on a sheet. It's cultural. She's pulling in fans who've never watched the WNBA. She's spiking ticket sales, jersey sales, and media buzz like nothing the league's seen since day one. You can't fake that. You can't manufacture this kind of movement. Caitlin Clark isn't just hooping, she's leading a revolution. And is fueled by record-breaking numbers, jaw-dropping highlights, and now an MVP campaign gaining momentum by the minute.
To be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation going right and left, to be able to have different types of finishing looks, whether it's, crossbody finishes, whether it's floaters at the rim, whether it's quick floaters, long floaters, Euros. You can't quite be as fundamentally predictable with as much athleticism, speed, quickness, and as much as the game plan is going to be geared toward her.
So let the haters hate. Let the side eyes and passive shots keep flying. Caitlin Clark isn't just ready for the spotlight. She is the spotlight. When the season tips off, don't blink, because she won't just be the face of the Fever. She'll be the face of the entire league. And Aja? Might be time to worry less about shade and more about the scoreboard. Because while you're fuming online, Clark's coming for that MVP crown, armed with receipts, records, and an army of fans riding shotgun all season long.
Sticking with the Indiana Fever, my prediction for Coach of the Year is Coach Stephanie White. It felt like when she got to Indiana, there was an immediate shift in the culture and the seriousness of this Indiana Fever franchise and organization and team.
Stephanie White didn't just design an offense. She built a launch pad for greatness. Every inch of this system has been crafted with surgical precision around Caitlin Clark's gifts. And this isn't some basic pick and roll setup. This is a turbocharged high-octane machine built to unleash Clark's elite vision and limitless range. Blink once during an Indiana Fever possession this year. You'll miss a logo, 3 splashing through the net, or a no-look dime slicing defenders. Like a blade through butter. This isn't just a fence. This is art at top speed.
When she got to Indiana, she brought over a lot of the people that she had worked with at the Connecticut Sun. She also brought in players that she was already familiar with, players that she had known even back in their college days. She was on the court immediately with these players as they were bringing in new people in free agency. We have heard from her in multiple interviews. It just seems like there is a level of seriousness with Coach White that they maybe didn't have last year with the Indiana Fever. And I think she gets it. She knows that these women want to win now, and she is ready to do that.
Every play in White's system has one mission: maximize Caitlin Clark. The spacing stretches defenses until they snap. The off-ball screens carve open pockets for her to exploit. The tempo? It leaves defenders gasping while Clark keeps firing. The Fever aren't just chasing a playoff run this year. They're crafting something bigger, a basketball renaissance, with Caitlin Clark standing tall at the center of it all.
I also think that she has been in the league for long enough. She has seen the different schemes that these other teams run, and she's just ready to get to work. I think the Indiana Fever are going to be super scary when it comes to the run and gun game, because we have heard from almost every single player and coaches and Coach Stephanie White when they talk about what you can expect from this Indiana Fever team. They want to run, they want to be fast, they want to get up and down, they want to wear teams out.
And White? She's no clipboard robot. She's part mentor, part strategist, part protector, and full-time hype woman for Clark. Their bond runs way deeper than just X's and O's. White has poured endless hours into shaping not just Clark's on-court skills, but her mind, her leadership, her presence. Because White knows what everyone's starting to realize. Clark isn't just another star. She's a once-in-a-generation force. The kind you don't just coach, the kind you build empires around.
But I think the ceiling is so high for this team, and I think Stephanie White knows exactly what to do to get them all on the same page and help them to win now.
Last year, Clark got hammered with no calls, face guarded, like public enemy number one. This year? That's about to change. Stephanie White has made it crystal clear she's not standing by while her superstar gets mugged under the basket. League officials better pay attention. Clark isn't anyone's punching bag anymore. White's voice is loud, fierce, and impossible to ignore. And you better believe the referees are going to feel that pressure every single night this season.
She's just been able to focus on her game, getting better in the areas where she needs to. And she even spoke on the areas where she needed to work at. The mid-range, being comfortable pulling up inside the three-point line. Her float game.
League insiders are starting to murmur what fans already know. This isn't just a team on the rise. This is the blueprint of a dynasty. Every player on that roster, a perfect puzzle piece in White's grand design. From rotations to roster, tweaks, every move is deliberate. Every step part of a bigger plan. They're not just building a contender. They're constructing a juggernaut with Caitlin Clark at the center of it all.
And so that's also why I predict the Indiana Fever will lead all teams in team scoring.
That's why analysts are now calling Stephanie White the ultimate X factor in Clark's MVP run. Sure, the body transformation grabbed headlines, but the real magic? It's unfolding inside White's system, where Clark's being handed the keys to control every possession and shape every outcome. This MVP buzz? It's not just noise anymore. It's a blueprint, a masterpiece in motion. And right now it's being executed with absolute perfection.
So I think that they will be putting up crazy numbers this year with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston all coming back. But now they have threats like DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall is back. And we'll just have to see how all of these women gel together on the court.
Let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just about Clark chasing MVP. It's about flipping the entire WNBA script on its head. Experts are already predicting Indiana to become the highest scoring team this season. Sounds wild on paper. Until you see what they're working with. Kelsey Mitchell's jet speed, Aaliyah Boston's pure dominance inside, and new firepower with Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull. This isn't just a team anymore. This is a wrecking crew. And the league has no idea what's about to hit it.
I think from just a straight basketball perspective, making sure that we help her diversify her finishing ability, diversify in the way that it's not predictable.
And if you're wondering why Aja Wilson's been looking a little salty in interviews lately, here's your answer. When analysts start saying even her elite defense might not be enough to slow Indiana's offense, you know that hits a nerve. Wilson's used to being the top dog, but now there's a new sheriff in town, and her name is Caitlin Clark. Meanwhile, on the awards front, things are heating up fast. Nafisa Collier is surging toward Defensive Player of the Year after dominating in the unrivaled series. And while Paige Buekers leads the Rookie of the Year race, dark horses like Dominique Malonga are ready to set the league on fire.
There are so many options here. It is so hard for me to predict. I think the media is definitely going to stick to Paige and most eyeballs are going to be on her. But I hope that we're able to cover this whole rookie class and just see how things start to unfold, because at this point in time, there's a few that I think could be in that mix, and it's really exciting to see.
But let's be real. All eyes are locked on Caitlin Clark. The league's literally shifting games into NBA arenas just to handle the crowds she pulls. Opposing teams are scrambling for bigger venues because the Clark effect isn't a rumor. It's an economic earthquake. Indiana's away games getting arena upgrades. That's superstar stuff. That's what happens when you carry an entire league on your back. Ticket sales are exploding. Jerseys are flying. Social media, absolute wildfire. This isn't just a player making waves. This is a player redefining what a wave even looks like.
Exciting to see. And speaking of younger players, my prediction for jersey sales, and this might be a hot take, but I think the top 5 jersey sales this year in the WNBA are going to be either rookies or sophomores. But I still think that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are going to be up there in jersey sales. I think Paige Buekers is going to be up there in jersey sales. That's already 3. The last 2, if you guys remember last season, Kate Martin was in the top 5 in jersey sales. Will she be up there again with the Golden State Valkyries now that she is going to be one of the faces of that franchise? I feel like at least 4 out of the top 5 jersey sales are going to be young players.
That is such a big thing to hear from Stephanie White, and it should calm people down a little bit when it comes to Caitlin Clark playing off the ball, because obviously, if a coach has a plan and vision and a proper plan and vision.
So yeah, while Aja Wilson's still tossing side eyes and pressers and waiting for her flowers, Caitlin Clark's out here planting forests. The MVP campaign isn't started in June. It's already roaring to life, and it's being written in real time, not by media narratives, not by legacy politics, but by cold results, shattered records, and a deafening roar of fans every time Clark touches the ball. Get ready, the WNBA isn't just about to get good, it's about to get historic. And Caitlin Clark's name will be carved into every headline along the way. Show your support. Drop CC as MVP in the comments, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a moment. Click the video on screen, and we'll catch you in the next one.